Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing an unboxing of my taken out order. I'm actually really excited about this. It wasn't a big order, but I realized a couple weeks ago that I need yet another planner. And if you just watched my Techo Gaigi or my quarter 1 review, link here, you might think that's a little bit ridiculous. I will talk about why I got this planner in a bit, and you may hear my dogs because they're a little bit restless. I do have to say, hopefully I don't dox myself. They put this little taken out card on one side of the package. Behind here is my address and my phone number, like my personal details. And this is the customs declaration form. But I like the first thing that I like about their mailer is that they use their label is this bookmark that I do plan to cut out carefully and tip into something, because I really like that. That's a touch of something special that gets me happy. So that's my first comment about taking out and how they package stuff up. And hopefully I don't ruin anything while I do cut through the bag to get out the package that's on the inside. And hopefully there's a box. I gotta check to make sure I don't have any personal details on this. So it's just a box. Okay, I do not want to throw this away. I want to keep that. So here's the box. And I like the way this is taped a lot. I prefer this, even though it's a plain box, to Hobonichi and how the boxes get ruined when you try and open them. Okay, I like the paper. I really like this type of paper to use for packaging. I don't know why, but it's like my favorite type of packaging. Oh, that has personal information on it. So hopefully I didn't dox myself. It has my order invoice receipt. Look to make sure when I edit this to check for an address to make sure I blur it out. So let's start with the bottom. Let me just up here for now. So this first thing that I got is they have a new line of inserts, and this is a Weekly Slim vertical. I think it's free planner. I got it just because I have a weekly horizontal from Midori, or from Traveler's Notebook. One day I will get it through my head that Travelers is no longer part of Midori. I've been using it for so long in my head. It is still Midori. This is a Slim Weekly. It is 68 GSM Samui River paper. It has this can be used as either a table of contents. This first part, these lines are so. See if I can do this without washing out. I'm gonna focus. There we go. So this is 3.5 millimeter grid. This can be used as a Gantt chart, either this way or a table of contents, because you put in the months, it has the dates, or it can be used as a notes, whatever. So it has this index for a year, and then it's just free weekly with a 24-hour clock. You can put your to-do lists or whatever in this column, and there's a place for notes or whatever on the bottom. And that's all it is. I don't know how many it has. Oh, where did I put the covering that was on it? Because I would have explained it. So it has all those pages, and then at the end it has a bunch of notes pages. So this is right here, really good value, and then at the back it has a space to put your contact information. Let's see, does it say says a welcomes page, weekly pages, so 52 pages for the weekly pages. And then, yeah, so for the notes pages, it has 52 pages, and it's a smart grid, which means that it has, I don't know if you can really see it, like it has like one big rectangle or square, and then it has a lot of little squares underneath of it, and then it has like a dots in the specific places to help you with your sizing and for making grids. So you can either divide it in thirds, you can divide it easily in halves. There's also a dot here and here, so you can also divide it in thirds this way. So it just gives you like those quadrants already dotted out so that you can easily divide up these pages if you wanted to. So that's one part of my order. And then the other part of my order is just the B6 taken out clear cover, because they didn't have the really pretty covers. They were all sold out, and I always like to have something to protect my planners, so I got the clear cover, and it was super inexpensive. I think it worked out to like $2 Canadian. I think it's like the least inexpensive clear cover out of all of the clear covers. And let me correctly take this out of the packaging, if I can find the opening. I like this. I like the feel of this one, I think, better than the Hobonichi clear covers for the weeks. And it does have a pen loop. It's definitely better than the ones. Well, we'll see how the pen loop goes, because the pen loop for both of my Jabun Techo Biz and Days for their clear cover, the loop has split, and I don't know if the pen loop is going to last me all year. So this one feels more substantial than the Jabun Techo, and it has pockets right here and here so you can slip stuff in, which I like, and then of course the pockets for you to put the planner in. I'm going to set this aside. Now, what we are here for, and it's to take a note, B6 medium. The B6 medium has a different layout than the A5 regular and the A6 mini. And I love this, the box that comes in it. So it has take a note, has the year, has the thing, and then has like this copper foiling. And I just really love the packaging. The A6 versions come in a box, but I like in a box with a lid type situation. But I also like this for archiving your planner when it's done. It's just very nice. I like the foil lettering, so I have to be careful not to ruin this. And then I'm not quite sure. This is maybe a tracker. I don't know what this is for. Interesting. And I've never seen an unboxing video show this. So that's interesting. And then there's the thank you card. Share with #10planner. And yeah, it's just a thank you card. It has the foiling. It's blank on one side. This is going to get tipped in to my journal. And then it has the freedom. This is the most important kind of freedom, is to be what you really are. I like that. And this is a bookmark, and it has the 2024 calendar on the other side for quick reference. Unlike the bookmarks that come with the A6 and A5, it's not the full height, plus sticks out a bit, which is fine. Again, so excited about this. This was this was like totally quick shipping. I think I ordered it Thursday of last week, and today is Wednesday, from Taiwan to Canada. It took like 5 or 6 days, not even a full week. regular post. It was sent via regular post. I didn't pay for courier. They stuck it in regular post. It was delivered via Canada Post. I need my scissors to cut off this plastic. I also like that the Take a Note sticker right here, it tells you what pages there are. So it has the welcome page, a yearly calendar, the 2023 September to 2025 May calendar. It has a yearly plan. It has yearly projects, so it's like a Gantt chart pages, and a monthly plan, weekly plan, and then note pages, and then your personal pages. The note pages doesn't say how many pages. No, I think it's 77, I want to say. Oh, come on, this is really difficult. Why are you being so difficult? Come on. Don't make me pause this and come back to it later. You're watching me struggle. I mean, there's a hole here. It just needs to be bigger so I can grab. There we go. There we go. First of all, my very first thing, I love the cover on this more than... So it has the exposed spine because it's flat light. This dish binding, and I don't know if you can see it, but 2024 is inlaid in the cover. It's the same. It looks like this, except for it's like in divots in the cover. The cover is very thick craft paper, like much thicker than the cover for the Hobonichi cover, and much thicker than, or like Hobonichi Cousin, and thicker than the Dragoon Techo cover. Like, it's very substantial. And then this page is also very substantial. So this is the welcome page. Here's the calendar, and so this is like if you wanted to track something every single day, a personal plan, you could put it in this field and then color in each day of the week. So whatever you want to track as something like a habit, one habit every single month, and then you color in that day, is what you can use this page for. I don't know what I'm going to use this page for. But that's there. And then these, who'd have thunk? I did not know until Take a Note told me that these pages that are also in the Hobonichi can be used as a Gantt chart. You just put the thing that you are, like your project here, and then you would mark in every single day here. I love the color scheme on this. It's brown, and every single, like, it alternates between a brown and a really, oops, I'm out of frame. It's just really nice camel brown, and then this kind of darker gray. The weekends are in the brown, and this grid, now the grid in the B6 is 2mm. It is super, super tiny. So you need to have, every single day has 2 lines for the Gantt chart, but you need to have like super, super tiny writing to use the 2mm instead of the 4mm. And I will probably end up writing 2 grids, like using 4mm as the guide instead of 2mm. But yeah, so it has this first 6 months, and then the next 6 months. And then it starts in December. It has your calendar. And the thing that I really like about this is all the space around the calendar. So you can put to-do list here. If there's something week specific, you could put it on this side. and it has all the space on the bottom to either add notes or put some other trackers or whatever. And I think that's a moon phase. I'm not exactly sure. But again, the weekends are the like caramel, camel brown. And then the days of the week are this gray. I really like how, like, one of the things I love about the Jabboom Tetrobiz is how neutral the colors are. And this is even more neutral. Like, this is even more my aesthetic for a base. I love this. And so, yeah, I guess these are the phases of whenever there's a new moon, is this. That's what I'm going to assume. So, yeah, this goes all the way. Starts in December, and then it goes, and every month it alternates again from the brown and the gray for the tabs, all the way until the end of March 2025. So if you want to do any future planning into the next year. And then we get to our weeks, and it's the thing. So the thing I was really excited specifically about the B6 is the fact that the days have no hours. And I see a lot of people use vertical spreads to do to-do lists. And just because of the way that my brain works, if there's an hour beside the to-do list, I would think like that to-do item has to be done at that hour. And I cannot, like, there's an appointment and my brain cannot function doing to-do lists with hours. I'm not going to be using this for to-do lists. But this is going to work for the purposes that I want it to work for, specifically because it does not have the hours. And then up here is each day of the week, again, the gray and the brown, with all the different moon phases. There is room at the top to write something if you wanted to. This column, this shows you what is in this week. And this blank column you could use for whatever. Extra notes or to-do lists or whatever. And then it has like 3 sections. So these 3 sections are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 grids broken up into 6 sections. And you have to have, again, because it's the 2mm grid, you have to be able to write 2mm. I have a really, really fine point tip in to be able to use 12 separate lines. I don't know if you can see. I think you can see now. I'm gonna where the month isn't showing through in the back. I really like the 56 GSM. We'll see how it goes in a minute. So if you wanted to, there is room in this margin here between each of these columns to put a time, or if you were doing meal planning, you could do, sorry, I keep going out for breakfast, like lunch, dinner, you could write those there. And there's space at the bottom for you either to continue, or leave notes, or write your own little grid system, or whatever. It's 1 week per page, unlike the A6 and the A5, which is 4 pages per week. So that's how these look. I really like this. I like the heavier Tomoe River paper. And then so we get all the way. This goes all the way until January 5th. And then we get to the notes pages. Oh, this is fascinating. Okay, so here's the thing I did not notice, and I haven't seen anyone talk about in videos, is at the bottom of every single page, it has the page number. So that if you wanted to, like, reference something, you could either reference the week, like if you wanted to use these pages as part Gantt chart and part table of contents. These have pages numbers down there, so you can easily reference what pages they are on. And then it has the notes pages that are smart grids. Again, so it has the dots. Hopefully you can see them for the 4 quadrants. And then, come on, focus. It has the grids, and then each of these grids are broken down. It's like grids all the way down. And I'm pretty sure it's 77 pages of these. So it's ample note pages that you can use in a whole bunch of different ways. I'm going to do the math here. Oh, no, I don't have my phone with me, so I can't. Maybe I can do it in my head. So 223, I'm going to say it's 77. $223, 76 maybe. What's 8? 78. 8 and 3 is 13. Yeah, 78 pages. 77 or 78 pages of the Grippy Press. I'm pretty sure it's 77. That you can use how you want. Now, I have, if you've watched my weekly life plan with me, you know that I have started to resubscribe to meal kit delivery services. And as a result, because it's changing my diet, and I don't mean diet as in dieting, diet culture stuff, I mean diet as in what I eat. It has changed my diet so significantly that I have had to start to meal plan to make sure that I am meeting my minimum requirements every day for my macros. I need to have a lot of protein. I can't have too many carbs because it causes my reactive hypoglycemia to act up. A whole bunch of other dietary stuff. And beforehand, I could work on autopilot because I had specifically, I just knew, right? And now because I'm changing things so dramatically, I need to keep track of what I'm eating. And I was using again, I went back into my Traveler's Notebook weeks free to use it, and I was dividing the page up into 4 grids because I have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and then totals. And I just hate, I'm so sad saying this, and I've said it over and over again, I no longer enjoy the Traveler system, and it's because of the paper. So these were still available, and because it doesn't have any time markings, I can easily do my meal planning. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, totals. I was kind of hoping that I could incorporate with some other stuff that I'm not really going to quite talk about yet, because I still might be able to do it. I have all of these beginning pages to kind of play out with some layouts, but we'll see. For these pages for now, for sure what it's going to do is going to help me plan my meals every single week. I don't know what I'm going to use this side section for, and I don't know what I'm going to use the note pages for yet, because there are ample notes pages. But that's, for now, this is going to be a meal planner. And maybe something else incorporated into it, we'll see. Before I wrap up this video, though, I wanted to do some comparisons with different sizes of planners. If you're not familiar with the B6, let's play with some things here. So this is an A6, and it is that much bigger than an A6. This is the Hobonichi Weeks, and I'll do it this way. So it is the same size. Like the Hobonichi Weeks is just a little bit taller, not much. It's like that much taller. So, and this is partly cover. So basically, the Hobonichi Weeks is a cut down B6, is what. So if you ever wanted to make yourself a Hobonichi Weeks, you would just have to get a B6 Dalagene and cut it down. It's basically, the Hobonichi Weeks is a B6 Slim. So that's that size. This is the Jabun Techo Days, the second half of this year, which is an A5 Slim. And so it is that much shorter than an A5 Slim. It is at a couple centimeters, 3 centimeters, over an inch, and basically the same width as so the A5 Slim is the same width as a B5 and just a bit taller. And then when you compare it to the A5, this is the second half of 2023, yeah, that an A5 is that much bigger. So I think this is like the most common. If you ever find yourself thinking that an A6 is too small for you and an A5 is too big for you, then a B6 may be the way to go. If you find yourself wishing this had just a little bit more room, a B6 may be the way to go, because it has like that much more room. And this size is I think this is the same size as the Travelers. I'm gonna go grab. Should have grabbed it. I didn't think about it. But hold on. Am I gonna cut this part out? I don't know. But here is my Travelers that I'm using right now. Like I first started off doing. This is just I use when I need to try to lay out for something. I use this. And this is basically the same size as the Travelers. So if you want a Travelers with Tomoe River paper, pick it out, has you covered. They have a few other notebooks as well that may interest you. But yeah, this is the Traveler size. Like standard. Traveler standard. This will fit in your Traveler's notebook covers, whatever. Really like this. Yeah, this is the Slim Weekly. So it's an A5 A5 Slim. Because this is an A5 Slim. Or slightly less than a Slim. Where's my A5 Slim? Yeah, so they're all the same height. A5 full, A5 Slim, Travelers, personal size. There's one more thing I wanted to do on camera. I have some other decisions that I'm trying to make, and I want to do a quick pen test. See how this works if I were to like outline a box. Let me get to. I'm going to do it in my first test page. January 1st, right here. This is like this is the best lay flat out of all the lay flats as well. I mean, I find like the stitching on this, the way that the story, or what are they called, stories? I don't know. Like each little section, this works really well. So let's do, say I wanted to give this just a little bit of color. So this is pretty bright. Let's see how the ghosting is, first thing. So the ghosting is very, very minimal. Like, and it would be expected with 65 DSM. Like it ghosts way, way less than you would see in the Hobonichi. And even though Jabun doesn't use Tomoe River paper, it uses like similar lightweight paper. And the ghosting is also less than, I mean, it's there, but it's barely there than what Jabun uses. And now this is the thing I want to see. This is a test if you want to do any blending. It's how, yeah, this is the right one. This is the blending brush for, yeah, you could easily, very easily blend colors. So if you wanted to do any type of drawing type of, like, I want to learn to draw type things in this, because the grid system helps you keep track of like your coordinates when you're drawing. the blending works on here just like it does in the Hobonichi and the Stelligy, and does not happen. You can't do this technique in the Jabun, not on the Mio paper and not on the paper that they use in their dates. So let me see. I'm gonna do a test on this. Is like a weird place to do it, but let me see how this writes. I am just gonna put pen test. Yeah, it writes the same as you would expect. This is the Uniball Jetstream that came with that you get when you put in certain Hobonichi orders. And let's see how that goes. I mean, it's very, very ghosting, or very light ghosting. Again, which would be expected with this weight. And let me quickly try Micron. So this Micron is a 0.25. I'd have to go like 0.13 to use it on this paper. So Micron. Oh, actually, this might work in here. Micron pen test 0.25. No, I would need to go down to like a 0.15 to get it totally. But that might actually. That's like pretty darn close to be able to sticking in the 2mm lines. And the ghosting, again, it's very minimal. So that is a quick pen test on this paper. Yeah, so that is my take a note. I was gonna say something else. It took me a minute to figure out what I'm doing. This is my take a note B6. That is going to be a meal planner. I will actually, because I am a cookbook developer, recipe developer, cookbook author, and I know a lot of people do tracking of their meals for fitness purpose and a whole lot of things. I will be doing a setup video on this once I figure out I'm gonna play with some layouts, but there will be a setup video on this because I know a lot of people use their planners for meal planning. This is cost less than a Hobonichi Weeks, if you're wondering about the cost as well. It was really, I think it was because of the sale. Normally these are around $30 Canadian, but this is on sale right now, so I think I got it for 22 Canadian. And the shipping was really $14 Canadian, shipping from Taiwan. Much cheaper than getting no duties or taxes either on import. So much cheaper. I don't like the glare on this. That's fine. Much cheaper than getting orders from Hobonichi. If you're curious about that as well. If you like this video, like it, hit that like button. If you have any questions, I'll leave them in the comments below. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come up, and join me every single Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. British time, where I do a live plan with me, where we sit and we chat for an hour and a half and we plan. Some people do. The last video I posted, I said recipe development when I meant meal planning. Some people do tours. Some people just watch for the entertainment. But yeah, we just sit and have a good time for an hour and a half and share what's going on in our lives. Until next time, I hope you have a safe and fabulous week. Bye.